Alright, good evening, Speed Gaming. We've got tonight Game 3 between DarkFalz and CaptainGreen7. This is an elimination game in our bonus bracket, and I'm joined tonight by Homer J. Smash. How are you tonight?
Doing really well. Excited for this one. We called Game 2, and Game 2 is excellent. Key starved, just like Game 1 was, so we'll see what the runners have in store for them. The only thing we know for sure is that we're going to have 0 HP enemies, for most enemies anyways.
That always makes it interesting, because it becomes now about the exploration and less about the combat. The combat's still important, but...
Yeah, absolutely. And you never know what blocks you're going to have. Usually the seeds that look like they're going to be the easiest sometimes turn out to be the hardest, because you need the recorder, which is raft block, which is ladder block, which is key blocked, and so on.
And you never know, these 0 HP seeds catch you by surprise sometimes. I had one of these where everything was 0 HP, and so you're cruising along, wood sword, 5 hearts, and you get to Ganon, and he's not.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and we might have extra bosses, so the bosses, it can be filled with 4-headed Gleox and Manhandla, Super Manhandlas. So you just never know. Looks like we will be getting started soon. First step is to figure out what sort of overworld we have, what sort of dungeon quest we have, where the wood sword is. Lots of things to figure out. Who's dropping bombs? The beginning's always exciting. See where they...
As well as see what our starting items are and how many Triforces we need, if any. The one thing we do know is red ring and blue ring are not among the starting items tonight. Or that's at least what it looks like, given on Captain Green's side that all 3 of his links are the same color.
Yeah, he's still green. Not Captain Red tonight.
And
you would hope with 0 HP enemies, but you don't really need that. Oh wow, yeah, full Triforce. And a power bracelet and a boomerang. That boomerang's actually nice early. 0 HP enemies, they're going to kill everything. They're going to get an early heart too.
Yeah, you may not even need a sword. If Ganon's not required, take that boomerang to the end.
The fire.
And it does look like we have the vanilla any roads, and the sword is at start where we expect it to be as well.
Yep, and we already knew there was no extra candles since they got the heart and the potion, no candle in it, so they'll have to buy a candle if they need one tonight. Looking for our first bomb drop, not able to get one here. Lots of normal bomb droppers though. Nope.
And we've also got permanent sword beams, so that's going to make the combat really pretty easy in this seed.
Yeah, permanent sword beam is really nice. The only thing that it screws me up a little bit with my Ganon fight, just because the sound is a little different. I'm not used to fighting Ganon with with full hearts, so I don't usually have sword beams for that.
I've lost many a Ganon fight to having sword beams because, yeah, I'm the same way. Getting to Ganon in full health, that only happens if I use a potion.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Looks like we have vanilla secrets. We find a 30 secret here. Captain Green finds level 4, or zone 4, as it is for him. And he's not staying in there very long. Yeah. Looks like a hunt for 9 right now.
And we've got we've got a heart container as the white sword item at vanilla 3. And we've got either full first quest or mixed first quest. So money is not going to be a problem in this seed, hopefully.
Money should be okay. And you know that because the level 3 entrance is brown. There you go. DarkFalz gets his first bomb drop. If the level 3 entrance is green, then we know that it's mixed second quest. And if it's a cave, we know that it's full second quest.
And Captain Green finds level 2 down. I believe that was all the way in the southwest corner.
Dark's looking for the Armos item, finds a candle shop instead, but he can't forward right now. And the bomb droppers have been shuffled today. Looked like that was a red Octorok that gave Dark his bomb. Captain Green's going to explore the Lost Hills area. Still looking for bombs.
He finds the magical sword.
Yeah, I probably won't be seeing that one tonight. Dark finds his heart container. He's going to try and pick it up.
But that white sword item is most likely to be at 5 hearts.
Yeah, 5 hearts. Well, you could do the math for me, but it's definitely a 50-50 flag whether it's going to stay vanilla. And then it might be 5 because it might be 5 if it's 4 or 5 or...
I believe it's a 2/3 chance of it being 5 hearts, and no, that's not right. It's... oh, maybe that is right.
There we go. Captain Green gets his first bomb drop. So now they both are armed with bombs. I like having bombs up in this area. I hate having to dig an area twice. He's going to go ahead and double up his bombs. Dark found another candle shop, but unfortunately was not able to buy it with his 20 rupees. He's going to screen scroll into the grave area, it looks like. Captain Green's found both hint shops over here. Didn't buy any hints though, so we're not sure what... yeah, not sure about the hints yet.
And there's level 9. We've got second quest 9.
How about that? That is quite the find with the full Triforce. This could be a very short race. He is going to go up and check all the doors, trying to find where Zelda is. If she is in her own room, then he'll have to enter her room from the south. That's another 50-50 flag.
There's her door, but Ganon is required.
How about that? All right. So that's good. That means that we don't have a 5.5 minute race.
I do have to say I'm kind of glad that he's required, because a 5.5 minute race in an elimination race wouldn't feel good to me.
Oh, definitely not. I personally hate starting with the full Triforce. I like digging out dungeons, at least a few dungeons, and having to work for it. So I'm glad that they're going to have to find the bow. So.
Captain Green finds level 5, but choosing not to dig that. And I think that's probably the logical move right now. You'd like to find level 1. Because there's a 50% chance of the bow being in level 1.
Yeah, I think it's a curious move. I think I could see either way. Second quest, the bow's going to be in this dungeon, level 5. Here's our Triforce, which we definitely don't need. I think it's going to be a quick clear with 0 HP enemies. So you don't have to stay in dungeons for too long.
Right, but I think we're dealing with first quest 5.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't... The Z always confuses me, but this definitely does not look like the Z.
And DarkFalz, he may find level 9 in a moment here too.
Yeah, it's where does he spend his one bomb? Do you find a heart on the floor? Something else that I like to do early is find my Armos item, because that'll tell you some information too. If it's the power bracelet, then there's a good chance that everything's vanilla, but if it's something else, then game on.
Alright, and DarkFalz finds level 9 also, so as long as he goes to the right here, so he can get his information.
Well, maybe he'll find his silvers, or
Patra.
the other item, or he'll find a Patra, which is always fun. Patra actually acts as both a boss and the regular enemy. The little birds that float around are the regular enemies, so they'll go down super easily. Which, as far as Patra's concerned, is really the only ones you have to worry too much about, because once you get to the center alone, it's a pretty easy fight. Yeah, Dark's going to take this transport, so he's definitely going to get a little more 9 exploration than Captain Green did, which could help him out if he finds the item or finds his path to Ganon, especially if he finds an item that's not a red ring or silvers, because that's going to tell him some information.
Finds a map, but we already know based on the start room that he's in.
Yeah.
Second quest 9.
Yeah, there's only one way you can start in that column. First quest or shapes, you're going to be over under the 9. Captain Green is back in 4.
Good choice. Looking for that ladder, possibly.
Yep, absolutely. It's also a smaller dungeon, and there's another heart on the floor. So you know that you're looking for one staircase, no transport. It's generally a pretty easy dig. Can be ladder blocked or potentially key blocked, because it does get linear.
And just seeing that map on Captain Green's site, if we weren't convinced before, that definitely looks like first quest 4, which means we're dealing with first quest 1 to 6 and second quest 7 to 9.
Be curious to see how long Dark stays in this dungeon after he finds Zelda. See if he digs out an item. Be a nice route divergence. He's finding a lot of staircase rooms.
Captain Green's found his item in level 4, and it's the red candle, which...
that is not a ladder.
It's not, given that he doesn't have a candle left. That's... or yet. That's still a good find.
Yeah, this will be curious now. So we know that it's not vanilla items. Still could be red ring and silvers. And there's Dark's red ring. So that's interesting. So Dark's going to be in really good shape combat-wise, even with the bosses and with Ganon. So if if Manhandla and Four-Headed Gleeok show up in all the dungeons, this could definitely give Dark an advantage for having dug this one out first. Captain Green had the troll Armos that DarkFalz had earlier, where it doesn't let you push it. Fine, so that's just a shop.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see him head back to level 2. He knows.
Oh yeah, I think definitely. 2's small. You know that with 0 HP enemies, it's just going to be a very quick clear. Usually there's a decent amount of keys in 2 as well. That's something that he's got to be thinking about right now with his 0. It's definitely taken Dark a lot longer to dig this 9. Hopefully he finds some more information out of it.
Yeah, but if that gets you your path to Ganon and the silver arrow...
Oh,
well,
that's a book. That's interesting. So that's really interesting, because Captain Green, I mean, he's going to assume, I would think, that silvers are probably a 9, whereas now Dark knows for sure that they're not. So Dark is not going to come back to 9 until he has bow and silvers.
Especially because, depending on the route he takes, if Captain Green goes in there and finds that red ring first, you know, he'll probably become even more convinced that silvers are in 9.
There's our boomerang as our Armos item. So that's at least going to further confirm that we don't have vanilla items, which we already knew that was not the case.
And it's looking pretty likely like full first quest, and as Captain Green goes
There we go, confirmed.
So got full confirmation of that.
So it'll be interesting because Dark picked up the book, and it looks like all the old men right now on Captain Green's side are asking to be taken to the train station. So Dark is going to have hints where Captain Green is not. So that's something else that's going to be pretty handy for him. Still no Ganon that I've heard. Let's check out our coast item. And it's the heart.
So I believe that means we've got Heart Shuffle on. Because we've seen a heart on the coast, and a heart is the white sword item.
Indeed, 2 hearts. That is 1 heart too many. Unless you're a fan of Heart Shuffle. Which I don't mind it. I know a lot of people, especially some of our more veteran runners don't like Heart Shuffle, but you know, I think it adds some more randomness to it.
And we do hear Ganon on DarkFalz side.
Captain Green picks up the white sword heart. So, you know, I said early on that they weren't going to get mags, but now that Heart Shuffle's on, definitely a possibility.
Alright, Captain Green is going to head over to level 2 now.
Dark's getting a few keys in this 9. That's a one-way push, unfortunately. He's cleared out almost the entire south section. He's just missed the one room. It looks like that he needs to go. Hopefully he goes right here. Captain Green's in 2, like he suggested. And there's the silver arrows. Wow! So that lead for Dark, that item knowledge lead, is completely erased.
So Captain Green really just needs his bow at this point.
So now, you know, he sees the silver arrows. He knows Heart Shuffle is on. So does he stay at least to get the item out of here? Does he go back to 9 to get the items out of 9? Because he didn't find the path to Ganon. So I might go back to 9 knowing that the silvers are not there, at least until I find where the pig is.
So for me, level 2 is so small, and given its location, I don't want to have to come back down here for a 3rd time. He's already been down here twice, and so I'm going to take the 2 minutes and dig this other item out of 2 and not have to worry about it again.
Oh, for sure. I think that's definitely. I think after you get whatever the 2nd item out of 2 is, that's the decision.
After that, yeah, I'm going to head to 9. Well, you know, important items in 9 is only 50% to be on, so you know bow being in 9 is less likely than any other level.
I think for me, and you know, we've talked about this for a while. So I am currently sitting in the booth instead of playing in this tournament because I got knocked out a long time ago. But for me, for my money, I just like to run. So I'm gonna go to 9, especially because I don't know where Ganon is, and I didn't find any item in there. I know where 9 is. It's not that hard to get to. The only other dungeons that we've seen are 4, which I've gotten an item out of, and 5, which had a lot of key doors, which he's getting some keys now. So for me personally, I would leave and go to 9 after I get this item here. And I would bomb and burn stuff on the way to 9. And if I found level 1, I would dig that. Level 3, I would dig that probably.
Yeah, I would agree with you. That's how I would play this at this point. But
like these moblins in this palette.
But like you, I'm just watching at this point.
Yeah, right. Dark is really struggling to find this princess. He is going to full clear those 9. Unfortunately, there's nothing else for him to glean out of it other than the fact that she's required. Or that Ganon's required. Zelda, of course, is always required. Although in Dark's case, he's playing as Zelda.
Meanwhile, Captain Green is going to full clear this level 2.
Yeah, it must be this key door right here. Now, if this is bow, okay, no, this is not the item. This is a dark room.
I believe
so
at
we missed something.
Bottom right, there was a Dig Dogger block.
Aha, okay, so we need the recorder. So recorder's not in 2. Recorder would be really nice find now, because with these flags, potentially you can take them all to the dungeons that they've already beaten.
On the other hand, this would be the seed where you get recorder to unbeaten dungeon.
Right. Which sometimes is very useful, but in this case, when they start with the full Triforce, would of course not be useful at all. Yeah, 5. You know, I don't mind this play either, just because again, it's a known dungeon, and like you said, important items potentially might be forced out of 9. So this is a place where you've already seen some of it. You probably are going to get more keys digging it. Well, he's finding a lot of ladder blocks.
And here DarkFalz is finally going to get his information.
There he goes, yep. Ganon definitely required. Time to go find which dungeon the bow and the silvers are in.
So I would imagine he's probably going to repeat a lot of what Captain Green has done. And he's found levels to me, though, very dungeons to dig at this. And there's our magical boomerang in 5.
That is the best item, according to some. So Captain Green found a heart and a magical boomerang, so he's out of 5. He's gonna go check around start, looks like.
Alright, so DarkFalz is gonna go into level 4, which isn't gonna get him his bow or silvers, but it'll at least get him a candle.
Yeah, I wonder if Captain Green forgot that he had the red candle, because he went past that screen and then kind of double backed. The other thing that Dark has going for him that Captain Green does not is that book. So we'll get to see what the old men are saying. Captain Green finds level 8, which is, it's a dungeon that exists. It has 3 items in here, so, that's good.
And a lot of stairs.
Oh yes, all of the stairs.
This is, without a doubt, my least favorite level to try and dig an item out of.
Absolutely. Yeah, not only does it have a lot of stairs, it's really linear other than the stairs, so there's all kinds of potential blocks, like that ladder block right there that Captain Green just found with the Chevy room. You can get shuttered into something that you don't want to mess with. And if the stairs if they went both ways, that would be one thing, but there's so many one-way stairs that you get pushed in a direction you don't want to be at all.
So I see we've got a question in chat. Why do we like First Quest 7 more than Second Quest 8. And for me, it's just the exploration of it. You know, the entire time you're in Second Quest 8, it's one staircase after another, and while I usually do a pretty decent job tracking, it's a slow dungeon to dig for that reason. You know, I can get through 1Q7 pretty easily. You know, the tracking isn't bad, but in Second Quest 8, it's just tracking all those staircases.
Yeah, and for me, 7 is just big, which is annoying, but it's not that linear. There's big chunks to it that you can kind of have multiple places to get around. So I've never really minded 7 all that much. I think it's kind of more of a meme than anything, popularized by Red Birdgrad especially. But I've never really minded. It's not my favorite place to go. It's not like my first dig, but yeah, I'd rather do 7 than Shape 6 or 2Q8, really than 2Q4 too. The only thing that 2Q4 and 8 have going for them is you have multiple items. Dark gets his red candle, and he's out of 4. Gonna burn Deadwoods.
There's a bomb upgrade in level 8. Expensive today, 121 rupees for that.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be purchasing that one. He's gonna spend his key here.
And gets a key back for it.
That's always nice. I missed it, but according to chat, there's a heart on the ground in 8. Or the heart was in the other item in 4, I suppose.
I think they're
the heart on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. DarkFalz finds his silver arrows. So that's good to know. Now it's just a bow hunt. Who can find the bow first? Aquamenus takes more than one hit, so bosses definitely do not roll 0 HP. So hopefully for Dark's sake, he finds a dungeon that's not level 8, so that he can do something that Captain Green has not. Unless it takes Captain Green, an exceptionally long time to clear the... So far, he's following in his footsteps, 10 minutes behind him. The other thing for him is, maybe digging out the old man. As Captain Green finds the meat block in 8.
Unfortunately, though, we have no idea if hints are truthful or not at this point. As Captain Green finds yet another staircase.
Keys have been okay. Captain Green's running right at 1, but hasn't really deterred them over much like it was in the first couple races. Still a low key count. I'd much prefer being in the 5-6 range myself. Oh, wow. So I would also prefer an A next to my key count.
And while I'm sure he would prefer to have found the bow after the first 2 races these two have had, he's not going to be too disappointed in that item. This room that DarkFalz in, I believe, has to be our second item in level 2.
Yeah, so... okay, so Manhandla threatens near the desert, so that's not a community hint. So we know for sure that it's potentially deceptive, and it could be mixed. We'll find out if we ever find level 3 near the desert. If I'm DarkFalz, I'm going to the desert. Because there's only a few caves there. Since we're running first quest, you don't have to worry about those reporter spots. So it's really like the burn bush by 1. You have the power bracelet spot that they've already checked. And the cave, I believe, that they started on. There's only a few other caves, I think, that are considered near the desert.
Yeah, if I was him at this point, he's got 2 spots left in the dead woods that he hasn't checked. I'd check those, and then level 3 is going to be very close to your start screen. So that's a much smaller level, and that's where I would be headed.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a good... This... he's already been to the grave, too. So this is kind of a good... I like to up a dead-end area if I can't route through an area. So like the top of the waterfall, that's an up A area for me. This screen that he's about to be on is an up A area for me, especially if I've already done the grave.
And just to answer in chat, we are full first quest.
Yeah, there was a cave in the vanilla level 2 location. So that'll only happen with full first quest. Dark does up A. And let's see if he goes to that burn bush. He's heading south, so it looks like he's going to burn close to start instead. This is, maybe this is just the routing that he likes to do normally. It's a bit curious for me getting that hint as Captain Green gets his raft, so now we've seen 2 items out of 8. I didn't see a floor hint, so potentially I missed the floor item. He's leading, so maybe he found it.
I don't recall him seeing a floor item in the 8. Well,
I like this play, though. Yeah, let's see if DarkFalz stays here. Hopefully... Looks like he's gonna dig it. Well, we have more of Quest 8. So maybe he'll find the floor item if Captain Green did not find it. And maybe it's the boat, which would be obviously GG for Dark in this case, because if Captain Green did not find the floor item at 8, it's going to be a long time before he goes back there. I did like that Captain Green checked the RAS spot immediately. That's something I like to do when I get an item. I like to put it to use, especially you're pretty close to the RAS spot there.
That's one of those things I always tell myself I'm going to do, and then I never actually do it. But I agree it is a good strategy, because if you have that item and your opponent doesn't, but you don't go check the spot, then you don't take advantage of what you've found. Captain Green finds level 7.
That's fine, 7. Second quest 7. Another one that's not super fun, but I definitely prefer 7 to 8. The middle section there is generally fairly easy to navigate around. There's usually a shoot room that blocks passage, but I don't really mind 7 so much. Still not my first choice to dig, but I wouldn't mind digging it like he's gonna find here. He's gonna see some muggers, but that doesn't seem to bother him too much. DarkFalz gets slow bubble cursed.
Right, but that room's gonna be a problem there.
This one's, yeah, nothing to do here. The slow bubble curse might be good for Dark if it gets him out of 8. I know the any key is nice, and we don't know if the raft is required to get to the coast raft yet, the raft spot yet, but he's not going to get anything that Captain Green doesn't already have, unfortunately. And it looks like he is going to dig out at least a little bit. He's going to get more keys for his efforts. I believe the any key was up a few rooms from here. And we'll see what Captain Green's able to do in this 7. I don't know about you, but the slow bubble curse is the worst one for me. I will take reverse controls all day long. That doesn't bother me hardly at all. But slow bubble is just, I find it so interminable. I
agree. I can deal with with the reverse controls. It's the slow one that drives me nuts.
The only time that the reverse controls is really trolly for me is when you're in a room that's mixed with blue and red bubbles. And actually, what I've learned, what I do in that case is I actually aim for the reds. I just stay reversed while I'm in that room because it's easier to hit. There's 3 of them, so I just try to stay reversed cursed while I'm in there until I clear everything out. I just hate seeing DarkFalz slow walk through this dungeon. It's just like, it's so painful. And Captain Green's now cursed as well. Oh my goodness. This is SpeedGaming 3. As our runners are slowly walking through the worst dungeons in the game. DarkFalz is close to that any key. At least that'll even up the key count. I believe Captain Green's already been through this stair, so needs to get through this room. Can't get past those traps without taking a hit at that speed.
Yeah. I was about to comment that DarkFalz was losing some time here because he's going through at half speed, but now they're getting together.
He's not, yeah. All right, so hopefully he takes this and leaves. Captain Green's leaving 7.
No, it looks like he's going to continue.
He's in it, man. He's in it for the long haul. All right, so Captain Green's out of 7. Let's see if he goes back in there once he's got his speed back. I know for me, I'm sure the runners are feeling pressure at the 35-minute mark when you start with the full Triforce, especially as free as the silvers were. And for Captain Green, you know, he found Zelda very quickly, but Dark did not. So I know that Dark, in the back of his mind, is really feeling that clock tick.
And they've both got to be keeping in mind that the bone might not even be what they're looking for. They may need that recorder to go back into level 2.
That's true. That would be a pretty amazing couple of blocks there if that was the case.
DarkFalz sees his bomb upgrade, which he also doesn't have enough money for.
Yeah, I don't like to buy it when it's that expensive. I figure my money is spent better somewhere else. There we go. DarkFalz is saving, and he's out of there. So as long as the coast raft is not needed, there's a little bit of time that Dark made up. So hopefully he starts checking these desert spots and finds level 3, because that's somewhere that Captain Green has not been in at all. He do Candle Row instead, so hopefully he finds level 1 or some other level that we haven't. I guess we found everything but 1 and 6.
We're missing 1, 3, and 6.
And 3, yeah, which we think possibly is at the desert.
Right, but given that's the only hint we've seen so far, we have no idea if hints are true or not.
Oh, you're not the trusting type, Fry.
I'm not.
Especially this game.
But in a case like that where you've got those checks that close to where you're starting, it would make me prioritize those screens.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, hopefully... okay, here we go. Captain Green finds a recorder in 7. Dark's about to join him in 7, so we'll see if he digs this out. He is indeed... And let's see... Is there a twister? There is! Alright, so it's going to take him to the rest of these dungeons. Wow. Oh, no, it's vanilla! Okay. Alright, so this is going to take him to beaten dungeons, but they're vanilla locations. So, not that useful. It's good for getting around the world. It's going to take you to places, quicker. Dark's giving up his money here. I might try to hang on to my money with the red ring. I might give up a heart instead. Me personally. Hints are still a thing. I don't know if Dark found the hints. I know Captain Green did.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think DarkFalz did.
Yeah, that's something that with the book purchase, or not purchase, but with book find, that I might prioritize. The other thing for Captain Green is now that he's got that recorder, he knows that the only other item in 2 is recorder blocked, and level 3 is vanilla. Level 3 is very close to where level 2 is this season. So that would be, you know, like a 1.5 minute, 2 minute check. I'd be inclined to go dig that out just so I could scratch that off my list.
But it looks like Captain Green's going to head up to Death Mountain, which in our last seed ended up being the winning plague for him.
It did, yeah. It hardly ever works out for me. I usually just waste a bunch of bombs and time. But you're definitely right. He found everything he needed up here. Assume he's going to get this potion. That's exactly what I would do. He's already seen the white sword item. With the slow bubble curse, the potion is very valuable. The one thing we didn't talk about, you know, the slow bubble is bad just because you move slow, but the thing that makes it even worse for me is that you can't clip into blocks. It takes away your clipping ability. So that is, you know, that's, you take away your speed and your ability to clip into blocks. It's just awful. Captain Green finds a nice large secret.
Yeah, it also makes, you know, the slow curse also makes fighting Ganon fun. I've never tried to do that, but...
Oh, I have. Yeah, I have. It's it didn't make me any better at the Ganon fight, I'll say that much.
So far, Death Mountain just yielding a bunch of money.
Nice bomb force there, Captain Green. I think Dark actually had a better 7 than Captain Green did. He's making up time with his dungeon digs. Again, as long as the Coast Heart is not needed. This 7 and his 8, he did faster than Captain Green did. So they're evening up. And Dark has the book, and he has the red ring, and he has all of the 9 knowledge. So this is anybody's race.
Yeah, now the one thing that Captain Green has explored is he's gotten both items out of 5. Neither of which was of any use, but...
Yeah, it's just more information that he doesn't have. But they both know 2 items that the other one doesn't, because Dark knows that 9 does not have the bow, and Captain Green knows that 5 doesn't have the bow. Captain Green's going to leave that take any there.
Level 2.
Yep. I think that's a smart play. This could work out for him. He knows exactly where to go. This will only take him a minute. And if this is the bow, then this is definitely GG, because Dark has every other bit of information. As Captain Green finds 1! So this is interesting. 1 has 3 items, obviously. And is very small, so both of them are in great dungeons to find potentially a quick item.
Find the ladder.
Okay, that's nice. Ladder is nice.
Might not be required, but...
You never...
Because I don't believe... Did DarkFalz never went into Ganon's room, correct?
He just heard him over there in that bottom left. I don't believe we actually saw Ganon.
So we don't know if Ganon and Zelda are in their rooms.
Yeah, he did see Zelda from the south, and he was above her, and I believe it was just a regular wall that he wasn't able to get through. So, you know, likely she's in her own room, but yeah, like you said, you don't know for sure. Dark's gonna find his item here.
And it's unfortunately the power bracelet.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Captain Green digging one so far. Finding some keys and some bombs. Yeah, the bomb's actually kind of helpful from here. Here we go. DarkFalz is checking some desert spots. Or one desert spot, and now he's going to do the forest. I'm wondering, I guess it's just going to be on whenever his regular route would take him to that that vanilla one southeast bush that's close to the desert. I don't know if he's been to Monocle Rock and bombed there. I believe that's it as far as desert spots go that we haven't seen.
I believe so. Well, there's the bow.
Yeah, bow is in one on the floor. Wow. So again, Death Mountain was the play. So Dark needs to get up there in a hurry because Captain Green still has to find Ganon, but that's it. He knows exactly where the princess is. And second quest 9 is not really that hard to navigate, so I would expect this to be over fairly quickly.
Yeah, and unfortunately with where DarkFalz is, I don't think his routing is going to take him up to where level 1 is very
No,
soon.
he's like on the opposite side of Hyrule that he needs to be, unfortunately. All right, so Captain Green is in 9 at 44. He's heading in the right direction for Ganon. Maybe he was one room away and heard him. Just, we didn't hear it on his side. He's definitely going. He's making a beeline to the path for him. Gonna take a little bit of exploration here, so let's give him DarkFalz a chance. Finds his wooden boomerang Armos. Man, I didn't realize that they hadn't found the Armos item. If that was the bow, I guess at that point you're just metaing that if bow was Armos, then surely your opponent would be done at this point.
Yeah, most likely.
And he's definitely taken a little bit of a wrong turn here in this 9, following the path that Dark found. So he'll find him eventually, but it's given Dark a bit of a chance.
DarkFalz fine hint shops. He's got plenty of money.
He does, yeah. I would absolutely buy these hints.
All right, no feat of strength. We already knew.
You already knew that.
Aquamenace awaits with the bow.
Boom! There you go. So now he's off to find one. So, you know, if he goes up to the waterfall, that's a place where it kind of makes sense to keep going into East Death Mountain. So potentially, if that's the way that he routes, the other thing that he could do is, you know, it's close to an up A. If he does up A, I'm not sure that's exactly where I would go, but he's already done a lot of the burning of this Hyrule, so hopefully, whatever path he takes, hopefully he takes him up there soon. And then he just has to hope that Captain Green, you know, he's still on Green Tunic. So if he struggles a little bit to, you know, kill the pig, he's got a couple potions, so I can't imagine that being much of an issue. But you know, at this point, if you're a fan of DarkFalz, that's what you're hoping for. And checks this raft spot, which is smart, I think. This is going to take him to 5. So if he goes left from here instead of up-Aing once he gets to the top of the waterfall, this could still definitely be a raid. And he's going up at the top first, so this tells me that he's going to keep moving, because otherwise I think you go into the waterfall first, and then you up A at this cave.
Yeah, I mean, the big question will be, once he gets past the screen, is which way he goes first. And the logical direction, well, he finds level 5, and that's not good news for him.
Well, but he knows the bow's in 1.
That's true.
So, if I'm DarkFalz, I don't dig this at all.
Yeah, that's true. He just got that hint that the bow's in 1.
Unless, you know, maybe he saw something that led him to believe that deceptive hints were on. Because otherwise, I'm not stepping foot in anything that's not 1.
Even if I've seen deceptive hints, I'm still leaving to go for 1. Because I believe deceptive hints are still 50% true.
Yeah, so the chances are that it could still be good. Captain Green, if he takes the right path...
Captain Green,
there you go.
He
hears him. So this one is all but over. I think even if he had gone to 1, I think it was going to be a little too late. It would have been a much closer fight if he had taken the right path in 1. But here we go. Captain Green in Ganon's room, 49-30. Let's see how many hits Ganon takes tonight with Wood Sword. More than 1. We're gonna go all the way here. He does have a couple potions.
He is on green tunic.
He is. He's gonna go ahead and potion up here. And here we go. Now he's got him in the corner with the stun lock.
DarkFalz finds his magical boomerang. And so now he's going to leave 5.
Absolutely, yeah.
But Captain
no
Green
reason to be here.
Down, and we'll be done here in about 30 seconds.
Last probably. Yeah, get your GGs out in chat. For CaptainGreen7, he is moving on to round 5. I believe he plays Sea Falcon now. There's the shutter door opening, and there is the girl with an official SRL time of 50:49. DarkFalz finds level 3 close to the desert, which we know we don't need to be here anyway. So let's see what we find in 3. And I think Captain Green will be joining us here shortly in the booth. So this was an interesting one. Definitely, Captain Green found 9 first, which helped him out, and found the princess so fast that you know, I think. There we go. DarkFalz finds a sword upgrade. That's not what he's looking for. And we are joined in the booth by our winner, CaptainGreen7. GG.
Thank you.
So, my first question is, you see the full Triforce when you start. Are you like, oh man, it's a hunt for 9?
Yep, I hated seeing that, honestly, because I was just going to rush for 9. Like, I was not going to check anything, even if I found level 1 or whatever. It's just find 9 first, find a door, and then go from there.
Yeah, we were commenting on that as well. I personally always hated starting the Triforce, full Triforce. So then you go to 9, you find the door, and you're like, okay, cool, we need bow and silvers. Silvers are probably in here, so let me go find the bow. Then I think you dug 5 and then went to 2. So then what were your thoughts when you saw the silver arrow sitting in the belly of, can't remember if it was I think it was a leg?
Yeah, that caught me off guard. I was happy it meant that I was not going, like 9 would have been the absolute last place I checked for the bow, of course, because the odds of that rolling important items in 9 plus the bow being there would be so small. So then it was just a rush for the bow.
And interestingly, the first DarkFalz actually found both items in 9. The first item he found was the red ring. So
Oh wow.
when he then stumbled across the book, I think we were all taken aback at that.
Yeah, that is a troll. And GG DarkFalz.
Buddy, GG to you as well.
Yeah, GG, both of you. So Dark, just kind of catch you up a bit. Captain Green had a bit of a lead into 9 on you, and found the girl very fast, whereas it took you quite a while to find that particular door. But then you were able to dig. He didn't dig any items out, so you had the book and the red ring, leaving 9. So we were hoping for your sake, if people are fans of DarkFalz, the hints were going to turn out, in your favor. But unfortunately, I think Captain Green went up to the northeast early and found both hint shops, but I don't think you saw them until just like a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, I tend to take hints in this flag set with a grain of salt anyway, just because they are a possibility of deceptive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got for the bow and 1 was true.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know where 1 was, so I was still trying to figure out what was going on, because I had a hint that said 3 was by the desert. Then I was like, okay, that's probably deceptive then. Well, the bow hint, because I was like, I cleared the desert, I didn't see level 1. Then I saw that 5 burn bush. I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's still a desert spot. And then right when I was going to level 3, I saw that he finished. So that's kind of why I knew the hints were.
Yeah, the desert hints to me are a bit confusing. I know for me when I started, I didn't quite get which caves all were close to the desert. So that was something that I struggled with for sure as well. You guys were kind of following, or I guess you were following Captain Green's footsteps. You both went to 8 and dug 8 out. And there was a moment in time when you both were slow bubble cursed. I think Captain Green, you were in 7 at the time, and Dark, you were still in 8. And Fry and I, we had just been commenting about how much we hate slow bubble curses and how much we hate Second Quest 8. And that 7 wasn't a whole lot better. And then watching the two of you slow crawl your way through those 2 dungeons was so difficult to watch. I'm sure as a runner, I'm sure that you guys were both just like, get me out of here. I can't stand it. But I don't want to leave because I just need to find the freaking item. But do you guys have a bubble preference? I personally don't like the slow ones myself.
I had red candle, so I would have preferred swordless, because I could have just burned everything, I guess.
Yeah, slow is definitely the worst, because I mean, you can just feel the time ticking away. And then, like, that Dodongo ate me because I didn't have the speed to outrun them.
I saw the flute in 7. I was like, okay, that's cool. Then I was like, okay, well, shuffle the items around. Let's go check 2. And of course, just had the power bracelet, which kind of made me sad. But what can you do? GG's, Captain Green. Good luck next round. I wish you the best.
Thank you. GG's.
So Captain Green, so you're moving on to face Sea Falcon. I don't know if you've faced him much before, or do you have any thoughts on that match?
We've definitely been in the same race rooms before, but we've never played each other one-on-one, so it should be a fun one.
Excellent. Well, I would like to thank you for an excellent race. Those of you out in chat, make sure you follow these runners, CaptainGreen7 and DarkFalz. I'd like to thank our tracker of the evening, the wonderful CD Improv. Thank you very much for your services. And thanks to SpeedGaming Network for hosting our tournament. If you're interested in this, we still have more coming up. A couple races on the docket tomorrow. we're getting down to the exciting matchups. You know, it's been a really interesting tournament so far with this flag set. You never know what to expect. But I'm really excited for the few matchups that we've got this week. Just a couple of really great players, really exciting to watch. So make sure you check that out. I'd like to thank Fry Teeth for joining me in the booth here.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Homer for joining me in the booth, and just looking ahead to tomorrow. Looks like we've got Thurwolf and Fury SK in Game 2. And that's at 5 o'clock Eastern. And then at 11 o'clock Eastern, we've got Zarnax and Redbird Grad in an elimination game, Game 3.
All right, there you go. So make sure you check those out. Give all of those runners a follow. Hopefully y'all had fun tonight. I know I definitely did. I believe that's going to do it for us tonight, unless you have anything else to add there, Fry.
No, that's it for tonight. So have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.